I think there's also, like, you know, there's Black Red Madness, but I think that actually is a deck that, if it's open, it's good. It's good, certainly. But especially in Team Draft, I think it's a little bit worse just because you have a hard time. It's a deck that kind of needs critical mass of its synergy cards. Yeah, Forbidden Alchemy has a nuts win rate. What about Sever the Bloodline? That card is nuts. Really ridiculous. It's like the third best card in the set right now. Yeah, this week's list has definitely given a lot of powerful cards to the format. All right, pretty bad pack. I'll just take a Dragoon. Actually, never mind. There is a Forbidden Alchemy. It's kind of tough because I think that it goes worse with the Liliana than Dragoon. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take Alchemy as the best card here. Newscraft Mob's not very good. Dragoon is, you could take that, but no, Newscraft Mob's pretty terrible. It's just so expensive, and it's not that impactful. Speaking of kind of terrible, I mean, there's a Take Inventory, there's a Make Mischief. The rest of these cards I don't care about. Yeah, I'll just take Inventory. It plays nicely with the Forbidden Alchemy. Yeah, Newscraft Mob is a suspend for Rise. That's a great way to put it. Is there ever a deck you want increasing ambition? No, it's just too bad, I think. It's just too much, too expensive. Like, let's say you had the best card in the set in your deck. I still wouldn't play it, because that's adding an additional 5 mana onto that card. Okay, so, like, you know, Dauntless Cathar is a fine card. Deadweight's a fine card. Mutation's a fine card. Greeting. I think it might be a Greeting. I like it better than Deadweight because I think it's a better card in both Black Red and Blue Red. Well, obviously in Blue Red. And Hamlet Captain's not strong enough for me to want to, like, speculate or want to pivot here. All right, another Alchemy. That's great. Maybe we wheel Highland Lake. All right, there's a Prep. There's a Mutation. Mutation's really good once you've got double Alchemy. So I think I just take it here. All right, this pack, not particularly good for any spells, matter stuff. Best card's Apothecary Geist, so I think I just take that. I just don't care about anything here. I mean, this is fine for, like, a spawning deck, but we're... You know, there are 2 decks that want to dump cards in the grave, but the blue decks very much don't cross over. Like, the spells decks and the spawning decks don't really cross over in the cards they want. Oh, third Alchemy. Cards are going in our graveyard. Alright, I guess I just take another Geist here. Not that I think these cards play all that well with these cards, but there's just, like, nothing else I care about. Basically, I've just been taking a bunch of flyers, no pun intended, on different colors and different decks. I would like if this stuff pans out, but we got, you know, a late Alchemy, but I think it's probably people undervaluing Alchemy rather than anything else. Yes, Alchemy is great. Just the spells package, like just dumping things into your yard, is really, really good. This with all the flashback cards. Like, this is a lot of the times this is 3 mana instant, draw 2 cards, like draw 1 card, put 1 flashback card in the bin, or just like dumping a bunch of spells in your grave is pretty good for the purposes of, like, Rising the Tides. And then also it has flashback too, so maybe our win con here will just be Ultimate Liliana. All the spontaneous mutations in the world, then Ultimate Liliana. Alright, Make Mischief Wheel. That's a pretty good playable. Shieldmate's a fine playable for this deck, but I don't... Make Mischief's better for blue-red than Shieldmate is for blue-white. Ooh, okay. Feeling of Dread is pretty good with Alchemy. I think I'm going to take Feeling of Dread over Scrutiny. Like, I've played this card multiple times already when I had no white mana in the deck. Either I'm just, like, discarding it or self-milling it. It's basically you're putting into your grave, gain, like, a 2 mana spell that gains 7 life or something. Okay. Okay. Well, Devil's Play is a nice one. I will be taking that. Favorite Vision's also kind of cool. Maybe that wheels if we're lucky, but I will just be taking Devil's Play here. Trying for Rise. I mean, if we have a Rise, great. Oh, interesting. Playground and Temper. Both of those excellent here. I actually wonder, here's where I'm going to do a little stats check. I wonder My gut says that Temper is gonna be better in blue-red, but I would love to see. Okay, so Temper, and maybe it's not Devil. Oh, it's way higher. Okay, never mind. I am off on that, so that's good. Look, stats, nada. Let's take playground. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. So there is a fever divisions here, and we could wheel the other one. I'm kind of into that. Like, there's also a Scav and Greeting, but Vision's sick. It's more cool than good, but it is cool. Yeah, I'm hyped for the showdown for sure. All right, there's a Greeting, there's a Fury, which isn't really what our deck wants to do. Let's just take a Greeting. We don't have any Madness outlets yet, but we can pick some up hopefully. Oh, there it is! Boom! Our deck's great. All right. Would love this Faithless Looting too, but you know, there we go. Easy clap. Deck's fantastic. I am gonna take Mutation here over Geist, by the way. Geist is just not really what this deck's trying to do. I mean, it is, but the problem with this in a 0 creature deck is it just dies. Like, you play it at some point and it just dies. And we have ways to close out the game here. Sign up for my MC Minneapolis events yesterday playing the PT. Any advice for new sets? For new set major tournaments. I think other than my big piece of advice would just be know the cards. Like, read the cards, know them well, know them at a glance from art. That takes a lot of strain off of you in general. Mental strain throughout the day. Like, when you don't have to be like, oh, what's that one again? That does really help. Alright, Screening comes back. So I might play Cathar. There's definitely a chance I play Cathar here. And I'm going to take Imprisoned, funny enough, out of this pack. Just as a thing. If we get some white mana into our deck, that is. Because, like, it's a good thing to self-mill. Oh, it's not ideal, but I'm just noting it. It's not a 0 to make our deck. Hey, how's it going, Center? Double exposure. I have not drafted the D4 deck just yet, no. We tried yesterday, we just didn't get there. There wasn't enough Alms of the Veins, or at least other people were taking the Alms, potentially. Alright, the other revisions didn't wheel. And this pack's not great for us. There's an Alchemy. Alchemy number 4 is not something I hate. Mindbender on almost 0 creatures is probably terrible. Yeah, I'll just take Force Alchemy. Alright. Yeah, this is nice. Dragunder's close too, but alright, we're getting some really good spells here. This deck actually looks just like it just got way better in the last few picks. Just like picking up a bunch of cheap interaction is exactly what we want here. Fingers crossed for we in the land. I don't have a use for a red-green land, right? Nah. I'm not going to play anything here. Is there something I could have a use for a red-green land for? I'm probably more likely to play land versus Imprison. For Alchemy, so much air. Oh, no, these aren't air. These are dumping things into our garden and finding Rise. It's just turbo find Rise. It doesn't, we're not trying to win on, like, density of card quality or anything. It's just, like, this is exactly what this deck wants. Just ways to find the Rise and fill up the grave. And you know what? I think I'm actually just going to take Scrutiny. Nice. Great pickup. I don't think I'm going to be playing Brute here. Blue-white land. Yeah, there's like there's Feeling of Dread. We can play that. Speaking of Feeling of Dread. Yeah, it's probably going to be my 23rd card here. Although we need another card too. Yeah, I was actually not even planning to stream, because usually on the showdown days, I just don't stream until the showdown, but I was bored. So, I decided, yes, I will. It's a lot of air even if you find and cast Rise on Curve? No, I don't think so. I wouldn't describe alchemy as air. Like, alchemy is almost a single card engine. You're gonna mod this? Oh, why? Wait, why is chat so into mulling this? This is a fight hand. No action, 0 6. I mean, Visions is action. This is an interaction spell. Oh, we also have Feeling of Dread. Here we go. Yeah, and if they want to attack into this, that's totally fine. Like, sure, they get a card, but... And the Visions can start. Alright, what do you hit? It's a land, which might be good for them. Yes, that's fine. So I think we're just gonna scrutiny here. Assembled alphas. Ding ya for a bit there. Alright, let's cast Alchemy, Sorcery Speed. Nice. Alright, so, and this is where, you know, one of the best cards with Fever Visions is Side Departure. I think Visions got a lot better this week. Like, this is exactly what you want to do with Visions. They're just, like, bouncing their stuff, making so they constantly have multiple cards in hand. Okay. Alright, cool. So now we'll just play land. I don't think I'm going to cast this just yet. Yeah, let's just kill this Scourge Wolf. Or I guess the Kindred. That makes more sense. Cool. Null's Mutation. Nice. Bombardment's good too. Are you hoping to not be any archetype in the showdown? I think that the archetypes I would hope not to be, I will naturally drift away from. I don't think there's a danger of being like, oh crap, I ended up in this deck. I think it's just like, I will naturally end up in a spot where I don't have to worry about that, you know? Why don't use voice? Because we want to interact right now. We'll find a point to use voice later. Oh, sorry. Yes, my bad. Sorry, chat. Yes. My mistake. Definitely should do that. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, my bad. Alchemy. Alright, so if we do that, we can't flash back. Alchemy, or Feeling of Dread. I think that's okay, though. This might be a turn I just cast. Feeling of Dread. I don't think I want the Playground at this point. I think I just want Alchemy here. We just want to find our thing. Our Feeling of Dread. Or sorry, not our Feeling of Dread. Our Rise in the Tides. I guess as long as our last card isn't Rise, we should be okay. Oh, Devil's Play. It's kind of a nice one. Okay, let's... Our deck. Do you have another Feeling of Dread that we could find? Yeah, I'll just do this. Now Departure. Put Dread in the grave. I think we'll just go Departure, Flashback, Departure here. Yeah, that seems pretty good. They can't cast both their big things next turn. Yeah, Armored Scott would be cool. I wish we had that one. Also, hi, Clarm. How's it going? All right. They got me. Oh, I guess I also have to win before Future Visions decks me, eh? So I can't... It has to be... Rise has to be kind of close to the top here. Yeah, I definitely agree. So I have to find it this turn with a Tormenting Voice. What is this? A trick? Okay, deal me 4. There it is. We also get to kill the messenger. Alright, well, I'm just hoping this alpha doesn't kill me. Okay. That won't do it. No, Mistastic, we need to get them on board now. Fever Vision's gonna kill us. Oh wait, yeah. They should have gone to face. Oops. It's funny. Oh, why don't we just cast... Yeah, you're right. I forgot about the feeling in my grave. You're right. My bad. They're looking in their grave for answers. Or this, either that is just the biggest slow roll of all time, and they just have another one. All right, that ain't it. All right, GG's. All right, well, slightly misplayed that game, but was still good enough, luckily. All right, let's move this deck around a little bit. I am not muted. You're muted. All right, let's take out the visions, I think. And I do think a swamp is pretty reasonable. Yep, season reset. As much as I dislike Deny Existence, I'm going to play it here because we do have a lot of instants. We should not have won that game, but we did, and that's all that matters. Like, should is always an interesting thing, because it's like, what does it mean? Because a lot of winning a game of Magic is, there is a difference between your skill level and your opponent's. Or not, skill levels might be not even the way to put it, but how you're playing your cards versus the opponent, right? Like, if I was playing against a perfect robot, extremely good Magic player, yeah, I wouldn't have won that game, but that's not what matters there, right? It just matters that I was a bit better than my opponent in that spot. Or I guess they were a little bit worse, is maybe a better way to put it. Alright, this could be a slight problem. If they flash in like a Giss's bidding, I'm in some trouble. If it's just like a 4-1... Oh, that's not a problem. I mean, it does make their things bigger. That is something, right? But also not something I'm too afraid of. That was a good draw, too. I imagine they don't have anything awesome to flash in here, right? Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. They didn't have anything last turn, but obviously they couldn't cast it. Okay, so we're just gonna scrutiny this thing and then kill it on our turn. It's not the most efficient thing, but... Hopefully the opponent's just all on all removal. Dragoon. Ah, good draw. Look, chat. I'm doing it right this time. This is actually a pretty big draw, because now we get to not just kill the Gorger, but crack a clue or cast another spell here. Like drawing a, I mean, I was going to say a mutation would be really big here. Great, another Madness card. So I imagine, like I said, they probably have some interaction here. It's a solid card. I mean, I like her deck quite a bit. Oh, that was so brutal. So good. Yeah. Mutation's better than Crack Clue there. You just want to prevent as much chip damage as you can with these decks for the most part. We can always crack our Clue later. It's not like we needed to find anything in particular. Did I just teach for teachings? Yeah, basically. Alright, you want to play your 6-drop again, opponent? I don't mind that. I could probably go for the Rise this turn. I kind of want to find a Bombardment so that they have Sever. We don't get... Well, both are Bombardments so that we don't get... knocked out of this game. Yeah, but if flashing back Devil's Play is not that big of a deal. I don't mind if I don't do that. I think I want to take Mutation. I'm not going to be flashing this back anytime soon, so I don't think I want to take Mountain. Land is a consideration, but I don't want that either, I don't think. Oh, I suppose I have to get rid of this, right, at some point. But it's fine. I'll find a window. Because our zombies... I guess I don't need to one-shot them, but I think it is probably in our best interests. So yeah, we just pass here. How do we win if the opponent has Biting Rain? We don't. We just hope the opponent's not playing that card. I like Rising. No, I don't want to Rise yet. I can't. I need to find my Shock first. That's why I didn't do it here. We have enough for lethal. That's not the issue. Oh, I see. Mistested. Yeah, sorry. There it is. It's 24 points of power, so it's not just lethal this turn, which is actually kind of problematic because if they do have Sever, we shock our thing, and then they now have 7 mana, so they can flash it back. Could start with Playground, that might beat the Sever. Yeah, I could have done that, that's reasonable. Oh no. Ah, they do have it. Look. Smart. Rewarded, baby. Cool. So this is fine now, because now we just go Feeling of Dread. Oh, wait. If they have another removal spell, I guess I don't die still, because Flame Bait, this only deals me 10, so this is fine. And I just Devil's Play them to death. Yeah, that's why I wanted the Shock. I wanted insurance against Sever. Cool. Yeah, I look very smart doing that, don't I? I mean, it's like, it's definitely something that's not super intuitive, but I just know in that game say that's like one of the only cards that kills us there or gets us there. Prepare to meet your potential doom. Do I feel smart? Not really. I mean, it's something I've done a bunch of times in the past. It's not like a clever new play. I mean, the first time I probably did that kind of play, I was like, oh, damn. So smart, Alex. But, you know, right now, don't necessarily feel that. Alright, we're just gonna try and find our red source here. Looks like maybe a 2-3 flash coming our way. Hey, Magic Craig. How you doing? Okay, so I could gain 2 here, and I don't really want to kill the chaplain, so I'm going to try to find a mutation for it. So yeah, let's just cast this here. And now I have an option to... Greeting? Yeah, I think we're going to Greeting. And we'll just Devil's Play next turn. Great, glad to hear it. There's the mutation. Alright, well. I think I just block now. It's a nice draw. Both of those pretty good, or all 3 of them actually. I think we're just gonna go for the alchemy. I'm not taking too much damage from these, and I can just spontaneous mutation. I guess the thing I do have to worry about is rally the peasants. I'm gonna just attack with 1 here, because I don't think the chip damage... I mean, the chip damage matters a little bit, but, I mean, the rise is gonna get us there. I wouldn't go for rise there. I think it's just rise for too few when they're at 24. Like, we can just play a little bit of a longer game here. And it was even lower before that turn, right? Like, it was like a 5 or something. Why not all 3 are you expecting haste? Flash creature. Could be another one of these. Could be haste. It just, the chip damage here just doesn't matter that much. It's much, much more important to... like, potential chip damage coming at me, even though it's not guaranteed, is way more threatening than... or way more detrimental to the outcome of this game than me not getting like a point or 2 with these devils. I think I now cast Rise. Yeah, it's probably fine enough. And I play this? Yeah, I think I play this. I do have Tormenting Voice, but that's okay. Hopefully no Declaration Stone. That would be unfortunate. All right, cool. GG's, Olivia. Terrarian. Uh-oh, chat. Another black deck. We have to worry about our friend Sever. Oh, that's actually pretty annoying. Huh. Is that the foil to this deck? Just an unkillable 3/3? Is that what's gonna do us in? Okay, that's fine. Departure. Kind of want to take the alchemy. And then, yeah, I think just take alchemy here is fine. Yeah, mutation cancels targeting. It turns all your spells into battle. Yeah, it's not actually like terrible for me. I'm mostly joking. I've been here for 15 minutes and I'm getting just take alchemy off alchemy. That's what I've been doing, definitely. To reasonable success with this deck. Next turn we're just going to, I don't know, alchemy again. Ooh. I think I'm going to take Deny Existence here. Not something you often hear me say, but... I think a catch-all against, like, something spooky is kind of nice. Yeah, it doesn't work on Scourge. That's great. Hilarious. Okay, this gives me a window to just cast Devil's Playground. Although, it's not even that effective here. I could just Alchemy. And then cast Hold Up Deny, take 5. Yeah, I think that's fine. Then I could also just, like, Scrutiny the Scourge here. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to do that. Bombardment? I think so. I think we want Bombardment for the eventual Sever. Mutation here. What do you think's going on here, chat? Are they like splashing Avacyn? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still just gonna keep up. Deny here. They didn't even play their Scourge. It's a cast trigger, unfortunately. Still probably counter it, though. Yeah, and they can also bring back this if they'd like. So I think now we just pass a Okay, we find the land so we can cast our playground. Yeah, this is fine. I think they pitch their hand here. They might just have all removal spells in hand. No, they don't pitch their hand. Hagar. I guess removal spells don't look too bad here, to be honest. Oh, that's cute. You probably don't want to cast it. They don't care. It's a spell or ability. Or ability, darn, okay. Hey, thanks, Gar. Hope your night goes well. Yeah, I absolutely cannot tell the opponent what to do. This is true. Okay, best turn. Just keeps coming back. Alright, just departure here. Yeah, if Rise is the 40th card, we lose, but that's okay. Yeah, edge case, exactly. There we go. Suppose if they have a counterspell here, we lose. Like a convolute, but... Alright, it has to be the last card then. Yeah, could it be another Biting Rain? That would suck. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, it's weird that Sever... I guess they didn't put Sever at rare because it's kind of a feel-bad rare if you're collecting, like, for Constructed. But for limited purposes... I don't know about that. If they play a Village Messenger, I will get punished for not playing my land. Playground's good against red-green. It's so funny that I barely, whenever I cast Forbidden Alchemy, I very rarely have been taking the quote-unquote best card. It's always been like, I see Devil's Play and, like Devil's Playground, Devil's Play. I'll just take the Tormenting Voice. There, Black Source. I'll just mutation this thing. I don't actually think I want to cast this here. I think I want to chill until I find my Madness cards, or I really need to cast it. I'll just cycle the Scrutiny. Great. This is exactly the kind of card I want to see against you know, when I'm on all interaction spells. I guess I could have waited for them to attack. Hey, there we go. Alright, let's cast Greeting, or cast Playgrounds. I love when decks like this come together. Just like, feels very Constructed-esque. So we have to worry about Trample here, definitely. Something on my mind, but unless they pair it with like the Double Strike trick, we should be okay. Or sorry, they have a Double Strike, but unless they have a multitude of pump spells, we should be okay. Oh, that's a good one to kill. This Port Town's been fantastic, by the way. It's all of us casts are feeling great. We've drawn it almost every game, I'm pretty sure, so we've been a little bit lucky. Nice. Am I gonna kill this thing? It does deal 3, right? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just gonna start getting in some damage here. I'm gonna just shock this thing. Means that they play something here, I can then untap and cast Alchemy with under no pressure. That works too. I don't even think I should get in for one. Because they could have a haste creature, and if they do, I don't want to spend my turn playing this instead of Alchemy. And it's not like the 1 point I think is going to matter that much in this game. Just teachings for teachings, baby. Teachings for teachings. I guess we just pass here. Skinner. That's fine. Oh, haste creatures existed. They were just 4 mana 3/2s. Alright, well, we should 1 in 5 chance we lose here. I don't think I'm winning in any other way than Rise right now, so. Rise is going to be at the bottom. Yeah, I mean, it has been on the bottom for a lot of our games, right? All right, 1 in 4 chance we lose. Just keeps getting better and better. I guess I could have alchemied, right? And then if I, like, if it was there, it was there, and we just saved some time, it wouldn't have been... Oh, no, it would have mattered, right? No. We had 5 cards. Yeah, I should have just alchemied in a turn. We'd be able to stop the suspense. Now we can't do that. Sin Prodder. Sure. Gets another spell in my yard. Hey! Nice. Let's cast Departure first. Get one more zombie. Hey, Mike Man, how you doing? 12 zombos, 24 points of power, and a Devil's Play in the yard. And I don't think Green-Red has a way to combat this, so... I think there's literally not a card Green-Red could have to get me in this spot. Hey, thanks, Mike Man. Hey, Springbok, how you doing? They can go swamps ever. That's true. I will admit that. Man, having 4 alchemies has been so good too. Like, we've had one on turn 3 every single game. Not just to find what we need, but just it draws us so many cards. Playing Second Stone, yeah, that too. Almost lost to a reverse punt, yeah, that is also true. I wonder if they were considering putting Burning Vengeance on this this week's sheet. It doesn't actually have flashback, but it is a fan favorite and cares about flashback. Also, for for those who maybe didn't play the original Innistrad, this is kind of where build-arounds really started. I mean, sure, you point to a few things here and there throughout the years of like, hey, you can build around this in Limited, but the Innistrad sets were really where it was like, oh, like Spider Spawning, that's a deck. Burning Vengeance, that's a deck. There was to consider it, but thought everybody would pick it. I mean, I think that's a sign of success, right? If that's true, if everybody wants to pick it. 3-Bond Inspector. Lightning Rift, that is true. That is a good point. Oh, them not playing a 2-drop is really good for us there. Like, anytime I can cast my first alchemy to kind of get the train rolling and not be under pressure, I'm in a pretty good spot. Hey, Moonbeam, how you doing? I imagine they cast something here, and then we just get to bounce it. Oh, no, nothing? Could be the wolf, I guess. Do I take a second alchemy here? I think so, over the spontaneous mutation. Wolf? Shieldmate. Okay, cool. That one's fine. Let's take my 3. Tracker. Less than fine, I will say. Okay, let's see if we can find a bombardment here. Find a Make Mischief. That's not a bombardment. Okay. Okay, we drew the land, luckily, so we do get to nab it. Ooh, that's a good one. All right, let's just alchemy for a land here. Black or white source would be good. Tormenting Voice versus Deny. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna take the land. Pass the turn. I guess Tormenting Voice draws us a Feeling of Dread. Actually, might have been reasonable to cast it there. Okay, I'm probably going to... Yeah, I'm probably going to Scrutiny now. Yeah, we can do some spoiler. For sure, Clem. Yeah, I'm down for that after this game. Cool, that was a good draw. So now we get to go... Playground. part. I would like to bounce the Shield Maid instead, but unfortunately it doesn't work out in our favor that way. I think you kind of have to. I think that's like, so Moonbeam, we started this draft really hoping to get past a Rise, and we luckily did. I think the trick is, okay, so basically, you want to make it so that your opponent doesn't have Archangel Avacyn. Like, I think that's the key for these decks, generally. Alright, so now we have to worry about that, eh? No, I was gonna say, the key, I think, is, you want to draft as if you... Draft as if you were, just, like, going to see a Rise at some point. And then if you don't, you kind of have to pivot into picking up some creatures, like some Scobs, some Thermal Alchemists and stuff. So I think we die unless we find Rise, like, right now. Yeah, I think that the Tempo deck is, like, a way worse version of the deck, but... like, it definitely has a lot of structural issues. Okay, I guess we just die then. Yeah, we just die. Okay. Well, it's kind of funny because I'd rather Rise be at the bottom than being, like, I'd rather Rise be in the bottom 10 than the top 10, you know? Ideally, it's in the middle, but I much rather my early game just be like, we're really good at finding it, and we only really lose if it's literally the last card of our library. I guess there we would have been in a better spot if we could find it earlier. That is true, but... Alright, well, it is an opener. What do I mean, structural problems? Basically, there's just, like, a lot of things about, like, how you're trying to play that deck that don't line up well with the format, or just don't line up with, like, limited Magic in general, I think. Like... Clarm was saying one of the issues is just like, okay, well, you're this this deck that... Oh, this is a great departure target. You're this deck that, like, is ostensibly a tempo-y aggro deck, but then you're also playing, like, 9-10 creatures, so it's hard to find them, and, like, your opponents... When you're playing that few creatures, your opponents will have removal spells lined up for them. Like, you're going to have removal spells in hand because you aren't presenting them early opportunities to cast them. And that's just, like, one thing. I think a lot of the cards for the, like, the tempo version just, like, don't line up well with the better decks, like Spirits and stuff. Blue-red versus green-white. That can work sometimes, but you have to be really... You have to be pretty lucky with the way your spells line up. Like, if you don't have the cheap interaction spells, you get run over really easily. I'm just going to mutate this thing. Nah, no worries, Moonbeam. It's, look, it's something that I have practiced over the years. Yes, we did finish top 250. Yeah, I don't know, Senator. I have no clue. Don't know how it happened. Couldn't explain it to you. I feel like this card was made in 2023. It would cost 5 mana. I mean, we have that card. It just and it's also doubles as a sweeper, and the devils have haste. But the downside is you only get 1 fewer devils. All right, this is all okay. I'm gonna chill on this here Rise for now. We can cast some more spells. Ooh, speaking of which, I think I cast Greeting here instead of Pitch Feeling of Dread. It's close-ish. Yeah, modal sweepers are the truth. Should we go for it now? Eight? I think we can do better than that. We can do it next turn. I always love devils because they I like this actual like incarnation of 1/1 that dies and deals 1 damage, because it teaches people how some people a rule about the game where you can I think a lot of people have the experience of, oh, okay, I'll stack my 2 devils against their 3/3 and or I guess they're 4/4 and just being like, wait, why didn't that kill their 4/4? What happened here? And then you realize, oh, the opponent was smart and put all their damage on 1 devil. So only 1 devil got dealt the damage. And both didn't die. And you basically just jump blocked. Ooh, Bruna. But again, back nothing. Alright, we even have the shock for Declaration Stone. I guess I should have tapped it a little differently. I don't like when Magic creates these weird gotcha moments. It's kind of funny. I definitely respect and like I would prefer there not to be those for the greater good, but I actually like them. I like being like, oh, that's weird, that's unintuitive. Like, that's part of Magic that I enjoy. Just, like, coming across something that I'm like, wow, that's not what I would have expected. And then I'm, like, diving into why things are the way they are. This is fine. I don't think I want to use it here. It's just so unlikely we lose unless they have Deck and Stone. The gotchas are the result of the complexity. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? Magic's a great game because it is so complex, while being pretty, good at being a game that is also, like, not that complex when you Like if you don't want to dig into the complexity, you can play, like, there's a bunch of people around the world just playing kitchen table Magic, and they're not necessarily like in tune with exactly how the rules work, and they're having just a grand old time. That's always fun. Like, that discovery process is awesome. You know, I was thinking about the 5. Not exactly mechanically, but I think kind of in spirit, March of the Machine sort of feels like a Time Spiral spiritual successor, and then it's like kind of a love letter to Magic in a lot of ways. Mom seems pog. Yeah, she is. I don't think they could implement it in a normal set, Moonbeam, because they couldn't do it in paper, right? You can't have a rotating sheet in paper. All right, give me some more teachings. I think we do, Clarn. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought we did. Maybe we don't. There's a lot of planes that I'm just learning about through through March. I'm like, oh, that's a plane? Interesting. All right, I'm just cycling this because I just want to find some action. All right, I guess we are mutating this thing. Oh, is it? Okay, okay. Maybe we haven't seen it then. Did I already say the horny on main tweet that they made about the Segovia battle? They were like, our research, something along the lines of like, our research suggests that players really like want cards that make them feel like they're being stepped on. Probably. I think it's just like a shipping logistics nightmare is the problem there. All right, we'll just take 2 and then maybe hit a 4-drop here that they play. They are in the finals and they're silver, so I'm a little bit worried about what that means. Okay, that's a nice one. We'll just pitch Greeting, Killer Skinner. Oh, that's true. I completely forgot about that center. You're right. Yeah, that's a pretty good card. How much do you remember enjoying SOI when it was first out? So I really liked Eldritch Moon. Eldritch Moon is one of my favorite formats of all time. Shadows I thought was okay. Just like original Shadows. Like, better than average for sure, but it wasn't close to as good as Eldritch Moon, I would say. Definitely better this go around. Guess we take Devil's Playground. Oh, actually, what if we alchemy? Cards in the library after this. Can we cast alchemy this turn? Oh, sorry, can we cast this plus rise? I guess if we draw land. Yeah, the Rise deck was better in pure SOI. This is true. All right, well, here's our fate right here and right now. Found it. You got something, opponent? You got 30. 2 points of power coming at you. Make that 30. No deck in stone. No deck in stone. Well, they're not just slamming a deck in stone, so I think we are probably okay. Okay. Yeah, Devil's Play just cause, I guess. All right, nice little trophy. Start of the season.